peaceful can a Sunday morning really be? In Pearl Harbor, on December 7th, 1941, it seemed like time was flowing as calmly as a lake at dawn, until the skies darkened and everything exploded, literally. Imagine you're making breakfast, and suddenly, the deafening roar of enemy planes shatters the peace. That's how the day began, the one that would forever change the course of history. Hawaii, 1941. American soldiers woke up that Sunday thinking more about letters from their families than war strategies. Pearl Harbor, home to the Pacific Fleet, was a place where stress was routine, but never urgent. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Japan was meticulously planning a surgical and devastating operation, a wake-up call the United States would never forget. But how did it come to this? Japan, with expansionist ambitions, viewed the Pacific as its backyard. When the US cut off oil and critical material supplies, Tokyo decided it was time to act. At 7:55 a.m., as if someone yelled, "Action!" on a war epic, Japanese planes began their attack. The signal was Tora, 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 meaning tiger in Japanese. And it wasn't a coincidence. It was a precise, ferocious strike. This name would later inspire the 1970 movie that chillingly recreates the events of that day. The Zero fighter planes flew low, like silent shadows, before unleashing their deadly payload. Over 350 bombers, torpedo planes, and fighters wreaked havoc. The American ships, anchored like sleeping giants, were sitting ducks. Among all the tragedies of that day, the story of the USS Arizona is the one that truly breaks hearts. This massive battleship took a direct hit to its ammunition depot. The explosion was so devastating that witnesses say the sky itself seemed to split in two. Over 1,100 men perished instantly. Walter Lord, in his book Day of Infamy, captures the testimonies of those who survived the horror. Donald Stratton, one of the survivors, recalled how flames engulfed him as his skin literally melted off his hands. His escape, climbing a rope to another ship, is one of those moments that feels like it's straight out of a movie, though no film could ever fully capture the terror of that scene. Today, the USS Arizona rests beneath the waters of Pearl Harbor, now a memorial. Its sinking is a silent reminder of the fragility of peace. The attack wasn't just a declaration of war for the United States. It was a catalyst for global conflict. Just a day later, Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous speech, declaring December 7th, a date which will live in infamy. And as if that weren't dramatic enough, Hitler chimed in a few days later, declaring war on the US like we didn't already have enough chaos. Little-known facts. One human error, a radar station in Oahu detected the Japanese planes, but mistook them for a group of B-17 bombers coming from California. 2. The carrier mystery. Curiously, the most important US aircraft carriers weren't in the harbor that day, sparking conspiracy theories that Washington knew about the attack. 3. Music and propaganda. Songs like Remember Pearl Harbor by Sammy Kaye became patriotic anthems, lifting the spirits of a wounded nation. Hollywood didn't waste time turning this tragedy into cinematic material. Beyond Tora, 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 there's the romantic Pearl Harbor, 2001, blending history and fiction with epic action scenes. Prefer more subtle dramas. From Here to Eternity, 1953, explores the lives of soldiers before the attack, reminding us that at the end of the day, they were humans with dreams, fears, and passions. If you want to understand what really happened, I recommend Gordon W. Prange's book, At Dawn We Slept, which dissects the events with surgical precision. And of course, don't miss Day of Infamy by Walter Lord, filled with human stories that make you feel like you were there. Did you know you can relive the attack on Pearl Harbor through video games? Titles like Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, or Battle Stations Pacific let you experience the chaos from the comfort of your living room. And so, dear time travelers, the attack on Pearl Harbor wasn't just a dark day in history. It left us with lessons that still resonate. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more gripping stories, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and share. See you on our next journey.